Hello and welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about the Boy Scouts of America, who recently passed a new rule allowing girls to join the club. It looks like after over 100 years of teaching boys to be smart, brave, kind, and self-reliant, the Boy Scouts have finally caved in to the SJW demands last week. Now of course this isn't the end of the world or anything, but I do think it's quite interesting. Why do girls want to join the Boy Scouts anyway? Especially when there's already a well-established female counterpart, the Girl Scouts of course. Well, the short answer is this. The Girl Scouts suck. It's a terrible, boring shell of an organization that's basically just a front for girls selling cookies. It's child labor, essentially. I wouldn't want to be a Girl Scout either if I had to spend most of my time there hawking sugar cookies, even though they are delicious. Boy Scouts, on the other hand, are fun, and they learn life skills. They go camping, fishing, swimming, hiking, and much more. So it looks like instead of fixing their failed Girl Scouts, the girls decided to just invade another male space.
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout. In the name Boy Scouts.
And here's reason number 2 for this situation. Girls just can't stand male-only spaces. For various reasons like jealousy, curiosity, or just plain laziness, girls find it much more appealing to invade male spaces, rather than create decent ones of their own. Or maybe they just can't even do it. And in recent history, the SJWs and PC culture are at its all-time worst. So girls now have the backing to take over any male space they want. We've seen it in video games for a while now, pretty much since Gamergate.
We're saving them. They're damsels in distress. I'm saving the princess. Am I supposed to let the princess die? Is that what you want? That's kind of harsh. That's kind of hostile.
Well, maybe the princess shouldn't be a damsel and she could save herself.
Comic books are currently being taken over and almost taken down by invading girls and SJWs, especially Marvel.
So this is a book about a group of gender segregationists that form a girls-only club of people who love the science.
And now it looks like the Boy Scouts are the target of the week. I wouldn't be surprised if they started going downhill too, much like the other spaces the girls have invaded and eventually destroyed. The last reason is the only one that has any decent justification. The Boy Scouts membership has been going down year after year, so they're kind of letting in girls as a last-ditch effort to save the organization. With more competition in the media, electronics, TV, and video games, less and less boys have been signing up. So there actually is a good argument for letting in girls here, buried beneath all this political and social justice bullshit. But that's about it for this reasoning. The Girl Scouts suck, so you can't really blame the girls for wanting to join the Boy Scouts. I'm not really a big fan of this decision, considering the anti-male implications, but if the kids and the Scouts want it, there's no real initial harm, at least not on face value. We just gotta remember, don't forget, it's okay to be a boy, and having male spaces is an okay thing too. So long as we keep that in mind, then there's really nothing wrong with letting the girls join in on the fun, especially if it will bolster the Scouts' numbers and prevent a collapse. Much rather see the Girl Scouts go down than the boys, let's be honest. Although I will miss those Thin Mints.
I already sold 60 boxes. What? It's so cool. I usually sell like 10 boxes, but I sold 60.
The organizations aren't really the problem. This is part of a bigger issue. What's really at stake here is the emasculation of boys before they even get the chance to become men. For some messed up reason, liberals and feminists and SJWs, they all hate males, while glorifying females, of course. Masculinity is always branded as toxic, while femininity is always championed. I'm sick of this shit. If girls can be proud to be girls, then boys should be able to be proud too. And that's what I hope isn't lost in this co-ed Boy Scouts future. Boys need to know they can still be boys while learning to become productive men.
For over 100 years, the Boy Scouts of America have had presidents, CEOs, so on and so forth, but this is consistent with what the academics are teaching the next generation, that genders are nothing more than a social construct.
And the more I think about it, it really seems like this has become a gender issue. The left constantly wants to tell you there's no difference between boys and girls. But in reality, there's plenty, like penises and vaginas. Also, men have different strengths and weaknesses than women. These are just facts. And now that the Boy Scouts are turning co-ed, what's going to happen to all their male-focused lessons and traditions? I'm a little worried. I hope their plans to still have boy-only groups within the Boy Scouts is still upheld, because otherwise, this just looks like another way to neuter boys and men. What do you guys think? Should the Boy Scouts let girls in? Why isn't anyone trying to fix the Girl Scouts? And is this another attempt at blurring the differences between men and women? Because once we're all the same gender, the same color, the same religion and interests, what's the point of even trying when we're all destined to the same end? Comment your thoughts below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. One quick announcement about our Patreon page before we go. First, if we get back to 1,000 per month, I'll be recording a full video with my beautiful face, which if you haven't seen my face reveal yet, it's on there under the rewards for $1. Next, I lowered my reach goal down to 1,500, which will give you guys the very first feature-length No Bullshit movie. So go on to patreon.com/nobullshit and sign up today. Even just $1 per month really helps. Think about it like this. We have over 200,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So if I just get 1% of you guys to hop on Patreon for $1, we will not only pass our reach goal and get that movie, I'll also be able to not worry about ads and getting shut down here on YouTube. I really love doing these videos full time for you guys, and the best way to help with that is to sign up on Patreon. Thanks again for watching our new episode. See y'all next time.
I let it go back to when we played as kids, but things changed. That's the way it is. Come on, come on.
That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same.
One more thing, I want to give a special thanks to these amazing Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You guys went above and beyond the rest, and I love you so much for it. If anyone else wants to donate or join our Patreon crew, link in the description. Thanks again.
But even before the current gender battles, which are obviously part of this, the left disliked the Boy Scouts, and I always thought it was because the Boy Scouts are the two things they hate. They're wholesome and they're non-ironic.